I walked into biology class with my new contraption, and my teacher for that class met me at the door, and she said, "Here's your desk. We have a desk all saved for you." Hey guys, it's Hope. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today we are going to talk about great teachers that I've had over the years. I just think that sometimes classrooms and the way that lessons are prepared and things like that are more visual than I can handle and that I can take. So I just want to share a couple of examples of how my teachers have been amazing. So as you all know, I went to a private Christian school, and there I had amazing teachers. Some of my favorite teachers were the teachers who really cared about me, who helped me, who I think that I started to develop that sort of student-teacher relationship with. So that was amazing. And I remember several of my teachers going out of their way to help me. My teachers who taught me geography and world locations and countries and things like that would make sure to enlarge their maps and print it on essentially like big paper / poster board type of thing so that I could see everything enlarged. And teachers who taught geometry would make sure that they had actual representations of the shapes that we were learning, like cones and cylinders and cubes and triangular prisms and those kinds of things, so that when all of my classmates were looking at a book, I got to actually look at the real thing. So remember those geometry questions that were like, how many edges are in this cube or whatever, instead of me trying to count them with the book's picture, which I couldn't see really, I got to actually hold a cube and count the sides with my fingers, my sense of touch, which was the thing that I had the most access to. And then the teachers who were really gracious and helped me when my technology failed. So back when I was in school, I had what's known as a CCTV, closed circuit television. And essentially what that was it was a monitor with a camera that allowed me to aim the camera either at the whiteboard to watch what the teacher was writing or at my desk to look at what I was writing in a notebook or on a homework assignment or something like that. And so sometimes that would, for whatever reason, stop working, or there was one time when I was in classes, and for the first 2 periods, we don't know why, but every time I plugged in my CCTV, it would short out the whole wall. Whatever was on that wall was just gone. It wouldn't work. So I would plug it in and my teacher's computer would stop working, or I would plug it in and something else would get shorted out and stop working. And it was so weird. And finally, we learned that there was a problem with the cord that I was using, and so someone was able to fix it. But still, just my teacher's abilities to kind of flex with the situation and be like, okay, well, we can't do that, but we'll do this instead. And I think that that was really helpful and really nice of them just to kind of flex with the situations. And I was known for shorting out the school that day. But my all-time favorite expression of genuine care for me was my band teacher. So I was not in band, but I did take music classes. I did have this teacher. Before any of this happened, my CCTV had a very, very short cord that came out of the back of the monitor, and it was very short. So my choices were sit by the wall really close to an outlet and plug in that way, or carry a giant industrial orange extension cord and plug in that way. The problem is that the extension cord knotted and tangled so easily. So I had 4 minutes to get my stuff packed, unplug the CCTV, wrap up this long industrial extension cord, get to my next class, untangle the knot of extension cord, and trust me, it was like earbuds. Remember those wired earbuds that no matter what you did to make sure that they were wrapped up safely without any tangles and smooth and everything, and then you go to pull them back out and they're like knotted into a pretzel? That was that extension cord. So I'd knot it, I'd roll it up as smoothly as I could, put it on the desk, and it was on a rolling cart. So I would roll it out of the room, go to my next period, get to my next period class, and just as the bell rang, I'd be trying to plug in this device with the long extension cord. Of course, the extension cord is tangled beyond repair. So I'm like quickly untangling it, having to plug it in. It was a mess. It was a mess. It was an absolute mess. As you know, again, I went to a private Christian school. So we had chapel every Thursday. And every once in a while, we had a chapel period where instead of going to the gym for chapel and like sermon church type style, we would meet in our small groups. And so I had finished being in, I think, like science class or something, and I left my CCTV because sometimes I just don't want to cart it everywhere. So I left it there. I was going to go get it for the next period, and I went to small group, did small group. It was great. And when I went back to the room to go get my CCTV, it wasn't there. I was like, oh man, where'd it go? This is weird. And somebody, I don't remember who, but somebody was like, hey, your CCTV, like somebody took it to your next class for you. So I walk in and there's my band teacher and his small group of, I think it was like 7th grade guys, his small group of 7th grade guys just standing around looking at me expectantly. So I walk up to the CCTV. I'm like, oh, where did the orange extension cord go? And I'm looking around and I see this contraption on the cart, and it was similar to a retractable leash. It was a retractable extension cord. So it was a cord that went into a holder, and when you pulled it out, it would come out until you like tugged on it quickly, and then it would stop pulling out and it would lock in place. And so then you could plug it in. And it was so much simpler, so much faster than the CCTV extension cord that I was using. And so I was just blown away. And I was like, what happened? And they were like, we did this during small group. We exchanged your heavy industrial extension cord that was getting tangled and knotted with this sleek, retractable extension cord that goes into a holder on the side of the cart. And I just have to say, I felt so seen and so understood in this moment, because I was like, you guys gave me something that I really needed, and I really just appreciated that. So that was another instance of my teachers being amazing and just helping me. And then my last story is from high school. So this, again, all of these stories are from like elementary through high school. I was very tired of having the CCTV because the only place that the CCTV cart and everything would fit was in the back of classrooms. So I never actually got to sit with my classmates. I sat behind everyone in the back of the classroom. So sometimes that meant that when papers were getting passed out, they would forget to pass them back to me. Or when we were playing a review game, they would accidentally skip my turn, things like that. And so I just felt kind of excluded from the class. I felt outside of the class, and I didn't really like that. And so my vision teacher and a lot of other people were looking at what are some other solutions that we can give me so that I can sit and join the rest of the class. So finally, in like the latter part of my 8th grade year, we found out about this thing called a VisioBook. And what it was is it was basically a giant laptop with a monitor, a tray to write on, and a camera. And it was portable, so I could move it from class to class. And it was so easy. It was battery operated, so as long as I made sure that it was fully charged, it would be fine. It would work the next day or whatever without any issues. So we finally, looked at getting one of these, and I didn't get one until I want to say October or November of my freshman year of high school. And so I played with it at home. I learned how to use it. I was so excited to bring it to school the next day because, again, I've been through at this point over 9 years of school, and I haven't been able to sit with the class once. So I was so excited, and I think it was like my first or second period was biology class. And I walk up to the desk and there's like sticky notes all over it and whatever. And it says like, welcome to the class, welcome to the middle of the room, all this stuff. And it was just beautiful. And I sat down, and for the first time in my life, at 15 years old, I felt part of the class. I was actually sitting with my peers, which I'd never done before. That was new for me. And it was such an exhilarating feeling. It was so amazing, and I absolutely loved it. Those are kind of the stories of how I felt seen and valued, and how my teachers have helped me, accommodated for me, and showed me that not only do they care about me and my academic well-being, but they care about me as a person. And they, to some extent, understood the struggles that I was going through. And I really, really appreciated that. So I hope you really liked this video. I'd love to hear in the comments section how you felt seen by one of your teachers, whether it be before college or during college. And I hope that you have a teacher in your life that you can contact and tell them how much they meant to you. And I encourage you to do that. Until next time, guys, I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys.